We're back at Sha Tin after the weekend, after a midweek break of sorts. Of course, we've been at Royal Ascot for 4 nights so far, but the final group race of the season at Sha Tin on Sunday. We've got it all covered here on Racing to Win. I'm Andrew Lejeune, joined in the studio by Paul Lally, our form analyst, and race caller Brett Davis as well. And Brett, yeah, looking forward to two Group 3 contests, but some nice horses engaged.
Absolutely, Andrew. Yeah, the Premier Cup and the Premier Plate, of course, our two final group races for the season. It's been a fantastic season so far. Still a handful of meetings to go, and it'll be interesting to see how the features unfold. Plenty of jackpots as well. It'll be a hot day, the Bureau is suggesting, and hopefully plenty of hot results, maybe a few at a bit of value. Yeah,
well, yeah, if you get the TT or the 6-up, you'll be singing, Paul.
Yeah, definitely. You'll be singing ragtime, all right, because we've had a few outsiders last week, and as such, we've got some really good jackpots here. $8.5 million triple trio jackpot, the third double trio at 2.2, and the 6-up at 2.5. So it's a money tree. Just shake it and it will come.
Not to mention the Takarazuka Kanen as well, coming through from Japan, Andrew, between races 4 and 5, and that's a quality race on its own as well.
It certainly is, and lots of familiar names going around also. So 10 local, 1 overseas race on Sunday. Now, we've got one scratching to get up to date with as far as the meeting at Sha Tin is concerned. Sun Far Far is out, replaced by Jimson the Dragon, and a late one here, Golden General, now replaced by Calling the Shots, Dylan Moby in the saddle there in race number 6. Class 4 that one was. This is meeting number 82 of the season. Back on the A course here for our 10 races, all of them on the turf. We kick things off with a Class 5 over the 1200 metres, headed by Multimax. Alfie Chan taking £10 off his back. Down in class, down in trip. He's a 5-time course and distance winner. Nice Fandango down in class as well. Soccer Master gets the headgear change. Starlet was a distance winner, 2 starts back. That was at Hathie Valley. Adonis was runner-up last time out behind Supermodel. Winning Circle, blinkers off, cheek pieces on. Zach Purton on as well from Barrier 2. And down to Court at Volant, who's a 2-time winner over the trip. Both those wins were at Happy Valley. Winless here at Sha Tin. And Winning Circle, John Moore and Zach Purton, has been up at Chungfa late May till early June.
Yep, there is one Class 5 on the program, Andrew, with the rail in the true position. 1200 metres, pace probably good with Nice Fandango and Multimax both dropping back into this class. Multimax has won 2 from 4 here, and Nice Fandango is unbeaten in the grade, and both have tremendous gate speed generally, so they're likely to set up what is a solid tempo. The others will have to do the chasing.
Here's Multimax. He's downgraded. He's a really well rated horse now. Last time he was in this grade, he actually won off this rating, and his work's been good. He's had plenty of it. He's a very fit horse, and Alfred Chan will take that extra £10 off as well. So he looks good and he goes well here, does Multimax. Soccer Master put up his best performance last time when he dropped down here into Class 5. He's got barrier 12 to contend with, but their fitness isn't an issue, and the horse is going well. Now they're going to put cheek pieces on and a hood on for the first time as well for Soccer Master. And Adonis, another maiden at this stage, ISG, as is Soccer Master, yet to win, but his runs have been pretty good. But another one that's got a bit of a wide draw to contend with.
All right, yeah, 18 starts for Adonis so far. We'll come back and look at that run where he finished second last time out in a moment or so. Let's start off, though, with Nice Fandango and Yi Chong Lucky. This is down the straight.
I'm actually going to side here with Yi Chong Lucky. I thought, you know, look, he was pushed on final stages, but he actually, I thought, was a little bit tardy through the first half. You can see he's just shaken up final stages. We're stepping from 1,000 up to 1,200 metres. He was making some progress. So that encouraged me a little bit, stepping here to the 1,200. Drawn well. Vincent Ho's had a fantastic season. I think potentially he's an each-way chance in the race. Yeah,
Nice Fandango's drawn wide, isn't he? So 14, he's going to have to work to get across.
Yeah, he's another one who's, you know, 1,200 might stretch him, but the class will be easier.
Yeah, he's got plenty of speed, hasn't he? Nice Fandango. All right, we'll move on to Soccer Master, placed as well. This is third behind Hurricane Hunter last time. The cheek pieces and the hood go on. Nice
run from this horse. Obviously down in grade really helped him. Now down here into Class 5, and he's got that gear change. He gets back anyway, so that should offshoot the draw. He was momentarily held up for momentum there, but now once he got his momentum going once again, I thought he hit the line very nicely. So it was a good run from him. I found a spot for him. He does come back to 1,200, but there is a bit of pace in this race.
There is, no doubt about that. Barrier 12, Alberto Sanna in winning form, and who's to say he couldn't kick home a Class 5 here? I've left him out, but one I would consider. All
right, Starlight was in winning form as well. 2 starts back, along with Nasha Shook, who was a bit disappointing for mine last time out. Courvolant and Perfect Choice.
Perfect Choice has had a lot of chances, so it's hard to be confident with him. Courvolant, an old boy now. Potentially he might be able to fire in one good run, but it's probably unlikely. Nashashuk's had a lot of chances, but he's got Joe aboard and he has drawn well, so that gives him potentially another option to be somewhere thereabouts. And Starlet's probably the pick of that bunch.
Yeah, I've got Starlet, and he's a Class 4 winner, and he's trialled really well recently. I've given up on Nashashuk.
Yeah, I think I snuck him in somewhere, but only because of the gate.
All right, well, for Nashashuk fans, you can see him again here in action. Finished down the field, though, unfortunately. Adonis finishing in second place and Show Mission midfield.
He's going to have to do something similar because he's got a wide draw again, Adonis. But look, he's going to get the race run to suit, and he is in reasonable, consistent form with a 5th and a 2nd at his last 2 in this grade. So he's a non-winner at this stage. I found a place for him on a minor line. So Adonis of these ones is the one I put in.
Yeah, I did put him in too. This was a decent enough run. Show Mission's interesting. You can see him there. He's actually only ever had 1/4 from 10 starts at Sha Tin. But there he was 6th and he wasn't beaten too far. He's got barrier 1 on his side, so he might be worth considering.
All right, so horse we haven't seen there, Paul, is Winning Circle. He's our favourite at this stage.
Yeah, I haven't got him in, but I have got Multi-Max. I quite like this horse in this race. He's a 7-time winner in this horse, Multi-Max. He's won off 65 before. His last one came off this rating of 40, and he's got a £10 claim. So I think he looks really well placed in this race. So he's on top. Starlight, again, he's a Class 4 winner. And of the ones that I've got the 2 ISGs in there, Sokamasa and Adonis. But I think Multi-Max can win this.
Yeah, I can see where you're coming from, Paul. I left him out. I think he's probably a bit dizzy, Multi-Max. He's been around so many times, a 7-year-old. And maybe he's just a tired horse. But he could ping to the front and go all the way. I'm going to go with the 4, Yichong Lucky, just off the back of that run 2 back behind Allied Agility. We saw it earlier. Last start was his first run down in Class 5, and it was an OK run behind Sure Win. Each way for him, keep it simple in the first. Nashashuk, Adonis and Starlet, but you know, Multi-Max and Nice Fandango will tear up the grass early, and both of them might take some catching.
Yeah, well, that's the way I saw it, actually. I think they'll both get to the front and take some pegging back. But Yichong, Lucky, yes, involved for me as well. All right, that's the opening contest, race number 1.